Alright, here we go. Hornet Squadron Radio. Casual play in Charlotte, North Carolina. We've got Anderson on the left and Doc on the right. I believe Doc did have a bid here, and he gave initiative to Anderson. Anderson placed the first rock, and here we go. Anderson is flying 2 Y-wings, a U-wing, and a T-65, which is Biggs, Saul Guerrera, Gold Squadron veteran, and Yvonne. Yvonne and the Gold Squadron veteran and Saul Guerrera all have selflessness. The 2 Y-wings have ion cannon turrets and veteran turret gunner. Saul Guerrera has inertial dampeners. Doc is running the 4 5s, which are the 5 initiative ships for the Resistance. He's running 2 X-wings, T-70s, Elo and Ninnub, both with heroic and S-foils. The 2 A-wings are Tally and Lulo. Elo has the ability to do a white Talon roll. Ninnub can remove a stress at range 1 if you're in the front arc. Lulo, if stressed, rolls an additional attack die and 1 less defense die. And Tally can spend a charge if you're in the bullseye arc to add a defense die to the defender. Alright, here we go. In the top left, Saul Guerrera is pointing down, and Yvonne is in the back. Biggs is in the middle. Doc is placing his ships. It's hard to tell exactly which ships are which, but I do believe Lulo is the bottom A-wing. The top A-wing is Tally, and I'm not sure about the 2 X-wings at this moment. Alright, Anderson starts out. Initiative 3. All his 3s move, I don't know, looks like 3 forward. And Saul Guerrera does a 2 hard, and there was no bumps there. Anderson did say he was performing focuses on all of them, but didn't put the tokens down. This is a casual play. Probably not going to be any combat this turn anyway. And Doc is rolling out a 4-prong approach, I guess. And I think we are back to dials. So alright, dials are going down. I think Anderson has a choice here at the top, whether to try to come under the rocks with a hard 2 down, or to go over the rocks and engage in the middle of the rocks. I mean, I'm guessing Doc is going to split formation and come in at different angles, because if he wanted to fly in formation, he would have started in formation. Anderson really needs to stay in formation because all of his ships have abilities that require range 1 to 2. He's moving 3 forward with Biggs. He says he's declaring focus. The 2 the 2 Y wings are moving at 3 as well. Focus, declares focus, and that's Yvonne. And typically Yvonne's always going to focus. Alright, and then Saw Gerrera is going to move 2. Can't move 3 because you would bump. And Saw Gerrera focuses. And I believe that is Lulo at the bottom coming around with a boost. And that is Ninnub. I believe that's Ninnub. No, that's Elo, I believe, in the middle of the screen. I think that's Ninnub at the top. Alright, and at the beginning of activation, actually the beginning of engagement, Yvonne spins the evade to increase the agility of the Gold Squadron veteran. They were out of range, but did it for good measure. Alright, here we go. One thing I didn't mention that's just fairly significant is Leia is crew on Saw Gerrera. So Leia enables all friendly ships, lowers the difficulty of red maneuvers for 1 turn, costs 3 charges. With the point reduction from 8 to 2, it is a steal to have. In my opinion, all Rebel lists should run it now, probably. Anderson has some decisions to make now. Looks like 3 basic decisions. Do a hard right. Try to come in on Elo, I believe. Or do a bank and come at Ninnub. Or do straightforward and come in on, who did we say the top was? Tally? Yeah. Come in at Tally. So there's some decision making going on right now. Alright. Looks like Anderson's decisions have been made. Putting the dials down. And here we go. So 3 banks. So coming in on to Ninnub, and a 2 bank from the Saw Gerrera. A 3 bank from Saw Gerrera would have bumped, so the 2 bank is the proper move there. Spacing was right, no bumping, everyone focuses. Lulo at the bottom, 2 bank with the focus boost to get the stress so that she will have an extra die. I guess Lulo is female, I don't know. What is the decision here? Oh, target lock. So the top A-wing is declaring target lock. and is target locking Yvonne. Nimnub, one forward with focus. Lulo, one forward with focus. So all the 5s will fire first. Oh, beginning of engagement, Yvonne is spending the focus to increase Yvonne's agility. So there's a range 3 shot. 2 dice. Looks like 1 hit and 3 dice for defense. Yvonne gets 3 because she used her ability to increase her own agility. It does say friendly ship 0 to 1. I can't tell how many hits that is. Spins the focus. Takes 2. But Biggs is in arc and at range 3, so Biggs is going to take a hit, and I think Yvonne is taking a hit or crit. Either way, it's a shield. Looks like a shot there that missed. Didn't spin the focus. And 3 here. Oh yeah, he keeps... Anderson rolls 3 dice by mistake twice in a row. The first time he rolled 3 evades. But then rolled 3 dice by mistake again, and then rolled 2 dice correctly, evaded 1. So Yvonne ended up taking 2 hits there, evaded 1. So Yvonne's shield should be down and 1 damage. The 1 damage will activate Saul Guerrera's ability for a reroll. Measuring damage from Yvonne, and there was some discussion about declaring who's firing first, but it was in error because Saul Guerrera fires first because Saul is initiative 4. Saul spins the focus, and I don't know. Alright, Biggs is firing. Range 3 to Nimnub. 3 dice. Spinning a focus. Evaded, looks like. Gold Squadron, range 2. Primary. Takes 1, and the ion cannon. And there's heroic number 1. And then Yvonne's firing, range 3, primary, 2 hits. Gonna keep track of the heroic rolls here. So I think the total for that was Anderson took 4 total damage, and Doc took 3. Yeah, the ship configuration markers on the side are correct. I don't believe Tally used her ability. Not sure if, I guess maybe Saul Guerrera is not in Bullseye Arc. For Tally to use her ability to increase the agility of Nimnub when Saul Guerrera fired. I don't think Nimnub took any damage then anyway, so maybe it was a non-factor. Alright, decisions here. Was a good approach by Doc, getting all 4 ships to shoot the same ship. He did telegraph that with the target lock. Alright, beginning of activation. Anderson is declaring that Leia is going to use her ability, and there's a 4K, which is white because of Leia's ability. Yvonne does a white 4K, misses the debris, and does not bump. Biggs does the same thing. 4K misses the rock, doesn't bump. Gold Squadron moves 3 forward, 3 straight, and rotates the turret back. This is action. Biggs and Yvonne both focused. Saul Guerrera is going 2 straight. And focus, interesting. Could have maybe coordinated, but decided to focus. Could have stopped as well, but didn't. Wanted to be at range 1, I'm sure. The focus isn't a bad in case Nimnub does bump here. We would have a modified at range 1 possibly. Doc is saying that he was surprised by that move, didn't expect that. That's tally. 2 forward. A barrel roll, I guess, to get away. Interesting, doesn't want to be hit by an ion cannons, maybe. Oh yeah. Doc is saying that he did forget the Tally's ability last turn. I'm not sure if anyone was in bullseye, but maybe it was. Looks like Nimnub is doing a 3 bank. Interesting. That's not a good position, really. Biggs range 1, double ion cannons. He's boosting out of there. No shot though. 4 straight. Interesting. He did say he was expecting to bump. Yeah, I don't like that. And turns the turret back. Does a focus turret move. Misses the rock. Beginning of activation. Got a decision with Yvonne. I guess nothing was done with Yvonne. Shooting at Yvonne through a rock. Spins the focus. Spins the focus to evade the shot. Interesting. Yeah, now there's just some hypotheticals. Whether or not that was a good move. Could have absorbed the crit with Saul Guerrera. Or the other Y-Wing, for example. And that's all the shots for Doc. Saul Guerrera, no shot. Biggs, I guess. No, I'm not sure. Yeah, there was a shot on Nimnub. I think it was Biggs, maybe. Whoa, takes 2. So Nimnub is down to 1. Yvonne, range 2. I guess Yvonne is out of arc for Nimnub, because that definitely would have been the shot to take. Nimnub only has 1 health left. The range 3 shot at Elo did hit. Did do 1 damage. So Yvonne would have got a reroll as well because she has Saw Gerrera's ability of taking 1 damage. Alright, so back to Dials. I don't think Doc's in a good situation here. Nimnub's at 1 health. Interesting. Anders's ships are going, 2 are going one direction, 2 are going the other. Need to keep them in formation. Maybe, I mean, for their abilities to work. Ideally, that's what you would do. I don't know what Doc's gonna do. He needs to do something here. I mean, Elo needs to turn around, so that's his ability. Do a Talon roll for white. Lulu's got a Lulo. Well, I don't know. Let's see what happens. Oh, checking the dials. Anderson's ready, waiting. Alright, beginning of activation.
Before you activate, it's not at the beginning of activation. So you activate when you flip the dial, right? Yeah, or you see this guy activate. So I don't have to declare it. I mean, it doesn't matter. Just want to make sure that's right. Divine is going 1 forward.
There's discussion over Saw Gerrera's wing configuration, whether that's the beginning of activation or when the ship activates. It's when the ship activates. Vaughn goes 1 forward bumps. Biggs goes 1 forward focus. Gold Squadron, 2 bank, and a turret move. It's going for the kill shot. And Saw Gerrera's going in landing mode, hard stop, pivot, 180 pivot. We'll take a stress there. And Lulo is running away, I guess. Interesting. And there's the Talon roll from Elo. Four or 5 straight. What are they doing? Boosting. Trying to get, and here we go. And a Talon roll. Interesting. I guess trying to get a shot off. Interesting. Well, alright. He's going to shoot at the Gold Squadron. Does 2 or so? Maybe? Oh, there was some discussion of whether Biggs could absorb that one of the hits, but Biggs is not within range 1. He is an arc though, but not within range 1. So Biggs can't do anything. And 3 hits on Saw Gerrera. Saw Gerrera only rolls 2 because he's in landing mode, range 3. 3 hits, but Biggs absorbed 1, I think. Hard to tell. Spent focus. Alright. Gold Squadron at top. Gold Squadron at the top, primary. 1 and evaded. Ion cannon. Oh, and he's dead. Ion cannon for the win. Alright, let's see. Gold Squadron took 2 shields. Saw Gerrera took 2 shields. Interesting here. All right. 3 bank from the Gold Squadron at the top. What action to take? Could do a red barrel roll, or a turret move, or focus. I guess it's gonna focus. Too hard from Biggs. That's an interesting choice. And a too hard from Avon. Interesting choice as well. I think maybe the best move there would have just to go straight, to stay together. I'm not sure where Saw Gerrera is going at this point. 2 bank, clears the stress. Goes back into attack mode. Technically, attack mode should have been declared before the movement, I believe, but it's all casual. With focus, it's not a bad move, I guess. They're all generally facing the same location with range 1 of each other. Doc is debating the wing configuration for Elo. He opted to close the wings so he could barrel roll, but doesn't need to barrel roll, just boosts anyway. So he does get out of arc of Saw Gerrera. I'm not sure he would have been out of arc if he would have just gone straight, though, if Saul would have went straight. Tally is coming in. Lulo, focus boost, stress. Interesting. He wanted to be stressed. Interesting. Doc does have juke on both of the A-wings. Alright, so Anderson spent the focus from Yvonne to increase Yvonne's agility. This is the X-wing firing at Saw Gerrera. Saw Gerrera. Looks like there's 1 focus for defense and hit crit. So a lot of decisions to be made here by Anderson. He decides that Biggs takes a hit or crit, doesn't matter. Technically it would be the crit, and Saw Gerrera spends a focus to evade the other one. Alright, so Saw Gerrera gets shot again, looks like, and Biggs takes 1 of the damage. Yes, Biggs absorbed the damage from Saul, I believe. Yes. That way he gets Saul's ability. And Tally 3 dice into Yvonne and juked the evade, but they were two focuses, or there was a focus. Biggs is firing. Lulo, 3 possible. He takes 1, opts to keep the evade because he's afraid of the ion cannon. And now the primary from Yvonne. And there's heroic number 2. And now the ion cannon. Saw Guerrero reroll. And it looks like it was evaded. Alright, here we go. So Biggs now has a damage and Yvonne has a damage, so they will get rerolls for Saw Guerrero's ability. Yvonne gets a double tap too if they're in front arc or if the turret's in arc. It's a reroll on both of those, which is good. Gets a charge back, I believe. So Leia gets her 3rd charge back at the end of that turn. And dials are down. And yep, Leia's declared at the beginning of activation. Does it too hard and focus probably. Yep. Yvonne with a white 4K. It's going for focus. Biggs with a white 4K as well. And also focus. Interesting. It's good. Speed. Saw Guerrero is going to change wing configuration, reveal a white hard stop pivot, and take an action. Can coordinate here. I mean, you focus. And there's a bump. What should be done there? For the A-wing, that's not a good spot at all. That's very bad. You gotta get out of there, probably. Boost. I'm not sure, can you boost and turret move? Can you link a turret move to the boost? He's gonna evade turret move and then check for the boost. The boost would have cleared. I think he was afraid the boost wouldn't clear. And Elo does Elo things. Should see that coming, but hard to expect. Elo goes for a target lock on Biggs and then declares a shot and starts rolling dice. Rolls 3 hits, and I think Biggs blanks out. Biggs would be dead here. There's discussion about whether opportunity was given for Yvonne to use her ability. That's kind of sketchy there, I gotta admit. So Doc was gracious and said he would, since he started rolling immediately before the declaration of engagement, which is when Yvonne would have used her ability, Anderson said he would have used it because the telegraph target lock on Biggs. Interesting. So range 3. I mean range 1 on them, but it's modified with focus. Avon's firing range 2. Saw Gerrera reroll, primary weapon. 2, heroic number 3. Ion cannon. Oh, that looks like that was a hit and 2 ions. So Biggs now has a range 1. Lulu only has 1 damage, 1 health left. Biggs has 1 hull because Biggs fired at Elo instead with Sagra reroll. Spin the focus for 2. Maybe the ion cannon without a range, maybe. It's interesting that Biggs did not fire at Lulo. I guess it could be debated whether Biggs should even be in the game at this point or not. But it's casual play. Biggs didn't shoot Lulo either, so I don't know about that decision. Points are close at this point. I'm not sure whether Biggs is being counted as dead or not. He's marked off. How are we at time? Biggs goes 4 forward. Interesting. I guess he figures, I don't know what he's figuring there. Vaughn does 2 bank and takes focus maybe. Yep. Sounds like a chipmunk in the background. Attack mode. Saw Gerrera does a 1 bank bump. Could have done a hard stop. And clears a stress, but takes another stress, lands on the debris, rolls, and is safe. Safe for now. Oh man, Elo does another Elo thing. This is not a good move for Biggs, I don't believe. Well, yeah, I don't know about that Biggs move. He does have 2 ships within range 1, so with selflessness. Okay, the decision for Yvonne to spin the focus. They're now pausing for the beginning of activation. Yvonne does not. 2 hits. Biggs is dead. One hit.
Range 1 and 2. Yvonne. Or 1 hit.
From Lulo, I guess. Yep. Oh, 2 hits onto Gold Squadron. Opts to take the hit and keep the focus to get the Saw Gerrera reroll. Biggs is removed from the board. A previous round, Biggs' decision didn't affect that too much of the outcome. And Saw Gerrera takes Lulo out. No shots from there. No shots from Yvonne. Is going to shoot at Elo. Elo has no shields. Primary weapon, 2 hits. Ion cannon. Focus for 3. Heroic number 4. So I can't see the time. It looks like we're probably close to time if this were a tournament game. Hour and 15 minutes. It's hard to tell exactly. So maybe we're at an hour 20 now. So that would have been the last round, I believe. If we were stopping on tournament time, they're going to play it out, I think, just to see what else that can be learned. Yvonne. Too hard. Takes focus, misses the debris. Gold Squadron does a 3 bank. Yeah, it does look like Elo is ionized. And Saw Gerrera is doing a hard stop. Wing configuration to landing mode and to a pivot. So everyone's setting up for the kill shot on Elo. Elo. And Tally goes forward. Elo takes focus. Elo is showing a crit, but that's not correct. That's from the ion cannon. Ion cannons do not do crits. Ion cannons change all results. And if you get hit, you take 1 damage, not a crit. So he rolled for wounded pilot because he did an action. All right, rear arc firing at Yvonne. Checking the arc. Whatever. Okay. Target lock. Spent target lock. Spins focus. Saul's going to fire at Elo. Range 1, unmodified. 4 dice. Heroic number 5. Looks like he, I don't know, evaded everything. Ion cannon. Saw Gerrera reroll. Takes a hit and a couple of ions, I think. Oh, there's the discussion of the crit. Yeah, it doesn't take a crit. Crit's removed. It's just a hit. And 2 ions. It only takes 1 to ionize a small base ship, but putting 2 on there for good measure. Spiking the ball with ions, I guess. And Avon's going to fire. So Avon's making the decision who to shoot at. Avon could split fire, could fire primary at one and ion cannon at the other. Decides to fire both at the A-wing with the Saw Gerrera reroll. Takes 1 damage instead of spending the evade. Wants to evade the ion cannon. Saw Gerrera 2 evaded ion cannon shot. That was critical. I mean, have them both ioned is game over. Looks game over anyway, but and I think Doc is conceding at this moment. Elo going forward. Elo is going to get damaged. Saw Gerrera is going to get a range 1, most likely modified. Avon's going to probably at least hit him with an ion cannon shot again. Yep, there's the concession. Good game.